about self-love and putting yourself first. So that's pretty much what I've been doing since January. It's amazing. My mom was like, why are you gonna wait all this time? Why don't you quit college right now and go and do this? You never go back, because what made you unhappy is always gonna make you unhappy.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the KDigitals podcast, where we dive into artists, their origin, their style, and their process. Joining me today is the wonderful Cristina Pilo. How are you doing today, Cristina?
Good. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast, Chris. How are you doing today?
Doing well. It's Friday in San Diego. The summer's starting to happen, so it's been good. And then you're in Florida, right?
Yes, I'm in Miami. It's actually raining today, which it shouldn't be raining, but my plants could use the water.
Yeah, I've been seeing on your Instagram too. You have, my wife's also into plants. I think I have some behind me. So we can definitely talk about that. But before we do, so Cristina, the way I like to kick off our podcast is to ask the guests to kind of define themselves as an artist. There's definitely a lot of facets too, so I'd like to know, how do you see yourself?
Okay, wow. I do a lot of things, so this is really hard for me to wrap up in a few words. But I'm a makeup artist and a health coach, so I try to help people have a better, healthier life through experiences and healthier living. That's how I kind of like do my art.
Mm-hmm. And how did you get started with that in the first place?
Well, I went to makeup school for the first time back in Venezuela. It was not intended to become my career at all. It was just something to do for myself. And I loved it so much. And it wasn't until I actually had my first job as a human resource analyst, which is what I went to college for, that I realized that I was in the wrong path. And that's when I started to like think about what else I could do. And since I had that makeup class in my backpack, I was like, okay, maybe this is something I can pursue. So I quit my job after a year. I left my career in the back burner and I just went on to Argentina and Spain to become a makeup artist. And that's what I've been doing for the past 12 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been a makeup artist for about 12 years now. And about 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I started getting into health for personal reasons. And I was just looking for a healthier life. I was looking to lose some weight and stuff like that. So I started to get into the whole health lifestyle. And that's when I decided to go to school to become a health coach, which I actually achieved in 2020 during the pandemic. And now we kind of like mix both of the things together. I get to have people sitting on my chair for 20 to 45 minutes where they're trapped in my chair. So I get to talk to them. I get to share the realities and what is it that they do and why are they with us. Obviously, you know that me and my husband have this photography experience. So it started as photography and it turned into an experience. And that's kind of the last push I needed to become a health coach, because I started to have like these clients that come to us for advice. And I felt that I needed more tools to help them. And that's what made me actually go into health coach school and become a health coach, so I could help people with their life and anything that they would be struggling with.
Yeah, I don't know, it was earlier this week or last week, but you're posting just like your daily routine. And one of the things I always like, I forget, even though I know I should know better, is to keep drinking water throughout the day. So it's like there's a video where like you drink water and you do like 50 things, like, okay, more water, and you do other 50 things, more water, end of the day, wait, don't forget to drink your water. Like, okay, I forgot, that's important. I didn't stay hydrated.
Yes, water is very important.
So since like being like the orangutan is that photography experience, how do you incorporate health into it?
Well, most people come to us, and I want to say most people because it's not 100%, but most people come to us to have the experience. It's not necessarily to have the photos, but they do want to feel good. They feel that they need to surround themselves with good vibes, and they maybe feel stuck in where they are, or what they are at a point where they want to celebrate themselves. So it's
Mhm.
not anymore about getting the pictures, it's about the experience. So when people come to us, we get to give them this appreciation injection and positivity, and we kind of show them that you can have I want to say a weird life, a non-traditional lifestyle, and
Mhm.
still be healthy, still be successful, and still, be part of society, pay your taxes, get married, even have kids if you want to. But you don't have to do the 9 to 5. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to dress a certain way. So we try to show that to the people that come here, and because they see us on social media and they know what we are about, they open up and they tell us about their problems, either to Mike or me or both of us, depending on how they feel with each other, with us. And as I was saying at the beginning, when they sit on my chair, there is and I actually learned about this, when you're touching people and you have like this connection with them, that literally touching them, it happens with hairstylists, makeup artists, masseurs, nail ladies, and all of that. Everyone that is actually touching you physically, you create a bond, and people feel more comfortable telling you their stories or their struggles. So it's a combination between the physical touch and the environment, obviously, and obviously they know us from social media, they know what we do, so they open up and they tell us their story. Either they are stuck or they are celebrating themselves because they achieved something, whatever it is. So they open up to us, they tell us their story, and that way we can help them and tell them a little bit. We usually tell them you're doing amazing, because most people are doing amazing. And that's what you need to hear. Like, okay, I'm on a good path. I can keep going this way, or I have to keep working on this so I can become a better version of myself.
Mm-hmm. So that's interesting, because most, when you think of photographer, if you have a stylist or makeup artist, it's like, okay, let's get ready, let's go take the photo, and then let's go. Why do you guys take that approach of, let's make this more about the experience than the photos, even though you still get good photos at the end of the day?
Well, honestly, it was something that happened very naturally. When we started this Orangutan brand, and even before that we were doing another under another name, we were focusing on the final product, and that was the main goal. The models and girls were coming to us to get pictures taken for social media, for magazines, for whatever it was. But we realized after a couple of years that people kept coming back to us, and they didn't really need the pictures. We got comments like, I don't really need the pictures, but I feel amazing around you guys, or you guys give me, or after I came to you, I lost a bunch of weight, so I want to come back because I need that motivation again, or I'm so happy around you guys. So we started realizing that people kept coming back to us, not for the pictures. The pictures are amazing. Yes, I'm happy with them, but I'm here because I feel amazing. Yeah. And we have this friend, and this is a story that Mike loves to tell. It happened in Hawaii. We have a makeup artist friend, and we were makeup artist friends in this group of, I want to say, probably 10 models, 3 makeup artists, and I don't know, 5 photographers. It was a big group. And this makeup, she was like, she always walks like, hunched, and she was always taking care of all the models, but it was all about them. And on the 3rd or 4th day, Mike told her, like, come, let's shoot you. And she was like, what, me? No, I'm just a makeup artist. So we convinced her to shoot. And you could see her, the change in her was physical. She started walking straight up. You could see her the next day. She was twerking at dinner, having fun, and everything changed about her. And she was the one that told us, like, she was the first one to tell us, like, this is what you do. Like, the way I feel right now is completely different than how I felt before. And this is more than just the pictures. So hearing it from someone else that was so clear about it, that's actually how our podcast was born, Seminario de Amor, which is a love seminar. And from that experience is where that was born. And from that trip, we decided to, like, actually start an experience. Like, let's stop focusing about the pictures. They are there. We've been doing this for years, and we actually have the practice. We don't need to focus on the final product. Let's focus on the experience. And we change a few things about everything that we do, and everything, how we approach the models that they come to us, when they come to us and they want to know about what we do, we don't talk about the photos. We're like, you're gonna get pictures, but don't worry about that. You're gonna
Oh, interesting.
you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what you're gonna wear. We're gonna dress you and do your makeup, and everything's gonna be amazing. Just come and have fun. And that's the main goal right now, just to have fun and enjoy. And when you see the pictures, it's supposed to remind you of the experience. It's like when you go to Disney and you go on a roller coaster and then you get the picture and you're like, oh my God, I had such a great time. You don't really want the picture because you look amazing. You don't look amazing usually in those pictures, but you remember that day, you remember the thrill and whoever you were with, and it was an amazing day. So that's the idea of what we're trying to do.
So do you guys plan that out? Like, okay, we're gonna shoot today. This is the plan for the day. Where does someone just show up and you're like, cool, we're gonna kind of create as we go?
It depends on the day. We usually don't know who's coming that day. We have our calendar. Julie, as our assistant, she usually just checks the Instagram. Sometimes there's people that we know, sometimes doesn't. So if we don't know the story of the girl that is coming, it's hard to plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we don't know the ones that talk to them. It's my sister, the one that schedules everything. Sometimes, and this doesn't really happen a lot, but sometimes the girls send an email and they're like, okay, I want this experience because I went through this or that. And if there's a backstory, then my sister tells us, like, okay, this girl went through this or that, or she's doing this for her husband, or she's doing this because she wants to feel a certain way. But most of the time we don't really know. So we just, hi, how are you? Come here. Let's have a great time. Who are you? And we all go to the RV, which is the place where we do the makeup and the outfits and everything. And we talk. And, why are you here? What are the pictures for? What do you want to do with them? Who are the pictures? Are they for you? Or do you want to give them to someone? And we start like understanding a little bit of the girls and why they're here. Here.
Yeah. That's so cool. Okay, yeah, because I mean, years ago I interviewed Mike. Like, he was kind of touching on that. So, but this gives it a lot more depth to like what the experience is. So on that same note, someone originally scheduled the interview, right? You were in Mexico. I was following it in social media. So, are you guys doing plays now or theaters? What were you doing in Mexico? What is that new experience you guys are offering?
So the new experience, this is a crazy idea that Mike had, and he had it a week before the trip. So I have no idea how we were able to.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, hi.
My cat's, yeah.
So the idea of that group shot. So what happens? Oh, how was that born? We go once a year to an event in Jamaica. It's called Paradise Challenge. And it's an event for creators. You have models and photographers and videographers, artists, brands, like you have every kind of people there. Every color, every shape, every profession, anything. Everyone is welcome in this event. And it's really amazing. We had a great time there. It's a great moment to connect with people and know people in the industry and have a good time with people that are not going to judge you. Because people that work in social media sometimes get judged by not having a regular 9 to 5 or a regular life. So sometimes it's a little harder to find people that support you. So this is a great place for people that work from social media or content creation to actually get together. And in these events, which we've been going for, I think, 5 years now, we do group shots. And in these group shots, we shoot girls that are from every background. We have from porn stars to artists, singers, moms, like you have fitness people that are super in shape, and then you have the super curvy model that, enjoys her curvy lifestyle. And we do these group shots and we don't care how they look like. And the idea is to put together people from different backgrounds and show them, especially them, because the experience is for them, that you don't have to model all the time with the people that look like you. You can have like different people around you, and everyone have their own issues, but you still are a role model for people around there. So this is what we do in these events. I mean, we should obviously singles too, but group shots are a big thing for us. So Mike has been he's been thinking about this idea of bringing this group shot somewhere. It's a little harder because obviously when we're in Jamaica, you have 150 people in the same place for a week. So it's like, okay, let's do a group shot, and everyone comes to the beach. So doing it in a theater like we did was like, okay, we have to bring people to us on a Friday at noon. So it's gonna be hard, but we did it, and we created a story, or Mike created a story where, and I don't want to give too much away because obviously the photos are not out yet.
Yeah.
It's this of people stripping from society. So like, this is what I want to do. And you have a bunch of people together, and we created this scenario and this like theater-like space where a girl wants to get rid of all this, the things that society tells you that you're supposed to do, and then she feels free. And that's what we are trying to portray with these group shots. And we're actually planning the first one in Miami, hopefully in May. Let's see if we can pull that off. And
pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, pretty close, yeah. And the idea is to bring this to different places. So not only people that want to shoot in the orangutan style, they want to participate in an experience. So this time in Mexico, we had men too, which was surprising. Not because we don't have men that follow us, but because there was a lot of men coming to this shoot. So it was amazing that we had women and men in this space creating this experience for them too, and they made themselves uncomfortable. They went on stage, they got dressed up, and they acted and danced, and they were having such a great time getting out of their comfort zone and playing the part in this like really cool project. So this is what we're doing right now.
That's cool. Is so I know you're having your own like Evolve workshops. Is that kind of similar to that, or is that a whole different experience?
No, the evolving groups are a way so I can help a lot of people at the same time change their habits. It's about having a healthier lifestyle, and it's not about losing weight. People do lose weight. It's just a part of having a healthier lifestyle. But it's not about that. It's about, like you were saying, drinking more water and making better choices and moving your body every day. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't need an hour at the gym every day, but you do need 10 minutes at least every day. So I give them every day different tips and tricks that they can use to have a healthier lifestyle and feel better about themselves and love themselves. And it's about self-love and putting yourself first. So that's pretty much what I've been doing since January. It's amazing. I didn't expect it to be this. It's been growing steadily and big, and I get sold out every month, which I was not expecting. And I'm having a great time, and I'm learning so much, because usually it's been just me and my experimentation. And obviously my body is my body. So I get questions about things that are not about me, or like, can I eat this, or should I do this? And I'm like, I don't know, let me figure it out. So that's why I started.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, the things that are for me, like I can tell you what works for me, but I have to figure out what works for you. So that takes a little bit more experimentation, and I've been learning so much. Now I just finished a course on hormone and balance through lifestyle and food, which gave me so many amazing tools. And I'm doing now nutrition for sports, which it's going to take me some time, but I'm going to get there. And then I want to be a personal trainer too, so I can, like, little things that I can add to a healthier lifestyle. I'm not interested in training people for competitions. I'm not even interested in training people for a certain body. I want to be able to train them for a healthier lifestyle. So you can run faster, you know, like you can play with your kids all day and not feel tired. You can take a trip to Europe and walk all day and don't feel like you're tired. You can have an adventure, and you can have sex all night, and you can, you know, have 1 million dogs, and you can do all of those things as long as you're healthy. So that's my goal.
Yeah. So when you were working in HR, did you imagine any of this would happen? Or why didn't you like HR? What happened there?
Well, the first thing is that my office had no windows. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
One window. That was horrible. And I don't know. It's just, I from always, like, I can't remember when I started. I was always into arts, and I was a theater actress, and I wanted to be an actress, and I wanted to, you know, obviously all the things that are unconventional. I come from a very conventional family. My family always supported me in everything I wanted to do, but because I'm the youngest of 3 kids, and keep in mind that my brother actually went to Harvard, and my dad was a professor at a university, and my sister was always a very like structured person. So I come from a very structured family, and even though they always told me you can do whatever I want, in my mind I thought I needed to, you know, go to college, graduate, and have a 9 to 5. And my goal was to be the general manager of social human resources of a transnational company, and I wanted to go to Germany, and I wanted to go to Australia, and I wanted to do all those things because that's what I thought I wanted to do. And I did some of those. And I remember when I was in second year of university, I told my mom, I'm going to graduate. I'm going to do a master's degree in Australia. I don't know why in Australia. I just really wanted to travel. And once after 10 years of all of this, I'm going to quit and I'm going to become an interior designer. And I remember they clearly, my mom was like, why are you going to wait all this time? Why don't you quit college right now and go and do this? I'm like, what? No, I can't. That will be a failure for me. Like, I have to perform. I have to be at least the best I can be in what my family think is right. So it wasn't even an option for me. I was like, no, I can do this, and I can. I needed to prove myself, and I did. So once I had my diploma and I landed this really good job at DHL, which is like FedEx, but another one. I don't know why people in America don't really know DHL as much, but we do, but whatever. And I felt like, I was like, okay, I did it. I'm here. I did it. What's next? And next is just sitting in front of a computer for 8 hours a day, hating myself. I was like, this is horrible. Why would I want to do this? And I was also a theater actress, so I would leave my job every day at 5 sharp and go to my rehearsals. So when I was in rehearsal, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to have fun. I want to dance, and I want to create. I want to do art. So I worked there for 3 months. I mean, I worked there for a year, but I worked there for 3 months. I was crying every Sunday. And finally Christmas came. And that week before, between Christmas and New Year's was really hard because a New Year's is starting and New Year resolutions. And that's when I was giving myself the chance to think, okay, is this what I want to do? Like, this 10-year plan sucks, honestly. So that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to be a makeup artist. I talked to my family. My family was all on board. I told them I'm going to work for a year so I can save some money so I can pay this for myself. So I worked for the rest of the year until I was there for a year, and I quit and never looked back. I don't even know where my diploma is. I always said I have it in the bag just in case I ever need it. I don't even know what it is. I don't care. I'm not interested in going back.
Yeah. And then you ended up traveling too, like you said, like once you started makeup, you went from Venezuela to Argentina to Spain. So how did you land in Miami? How did that become the home base for the whole world?
The only reason why I'm in Miami is because of Mike. I actually went to a German school. That's why I speak German. Not very well, but I used to speak very well German. And I always wanted to live in Europe. Like I don't know if I wanted to live in Europe, but I always was more into the European culture. And America wasn't very much what I wanted to do. I didn't know America. I only came here to Disney when I was like 12 or something like that. Other than that, Spain, France, like that was my jam. But then I met Mike, and he was American when I met him. And everything that he wanted to do was just move to Miami, which is where he's from, and he was born here. And I didn't have any other possibilities, honestly. I went to Spain to study makeup, and we were together, and he told me, like, do you want to like just move here? And I'm like, sure, like, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't thrilled about the idea of living in Miami, but I wanted to be with him. So if he was telling me just move to whatever, I would move with him. I just wanted to be with him. I never thought of Miami like I'm going to be there for the rest of my life. And no, I was just like, okay, that's where he lives and I want to be with him. So sure, let's go. And that's how we end up here. And I love Miami. I didn't expect Miami to be my home ever. Yeah. I love it. I feel like it has so many advantages for me, particularly. I'm close to my culture. which is Venezuela. And I don't see myself going back to Venezuela to live. So being here is a great place to feel close to my people, and it's a great place to travel. Like we're very centered. We are in the middle of the world, as I see it. We're close to the West Coast, LA, and we are closer to Europe. We go to New York. We go down to South America a lot. So I think Miami is also a very strategic point to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think we win in every side.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a great interview. I do have to run. I have to wrap the interview, but we got to do a follow-up interview sometime.
Of course.
So to wrap up the interview, Cristina, being someone that took that risk of starting your career and then saying, never mind, I'm going to go be an artist. What's some advice you could give to someone that might be in that same position where they're in a windowless office and don't know what to do?
Oh, I mean, my advice for someone that is in the fence of what to do, just do it. Run with it. And this is something that I actually learned from I wasn't a very risk-taken person. I was very careful, and he's always gonna tell you, like, he's the one that convinced me to move to Miami. I was very like, oh, I don't know, I'm scared. I was scared of failing. I was scared of making a mistake. I was always afraid of that. I was like that since I was little, when I had to decide what to do with my career, and when I had to move and everything. I was always very scared. But what I've learned is that scary is not going to take you anywhere. So you just have to go. You have to move forward, and you can look back. There's no B plan. You have to focus on your plan and what is it that you want to do, and just go and get it. If it doesn't work, just you move, you turn and you keep going. You never go back, because what made you unhappy is always going to make you unhappy. So just move forward, get out of that job that is not making you happy, and try to find something else. And if that something else doesn't work, don't go back. Find something else and always move forward.
I really like that line where you said, whatever makes you unhappy, it's going to still make you unhappy if you go back to it. I think that's cool. That's going to stick with me. Cool. Well, hey, Cristina, thank you so much for your time today. I really do appreciate it. Where can people follow follow Ohrangutang, and learn more about the experiences you all offer?
Definitely. Okay, so guys, if you guys want to know what we do, just follow us on social media. We have a YouTube channel too, so find us on Ohrangutang or Cristina Pilo on social media. And thank you so much, Chris, for the invitation, and definitely for letting me share my journey with your community.
Of course. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Go ahead and give Cristina a follow and learn more about what Ohrangutang is offering. I'm going to stop the recording, let everyone go. Thanks, everybody.